Yesterday I went grocery shopping, and today, well, I kind of shoved it in there last night, but today I actually organized the things and I put it in my fridge. So I know people want to see what my fridge looks like. Ready? Fridge. So this is what my August fridge looks like. And I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can so before we get too many beepings. So anyways, there is a ton of peaches in here. There's peaches here, there's peaches over here, there's peaches down here. I am going to preserve these. So there's 25 pounds of peaches in here, and downstairs in our other fridge, our harvest fridge, there's another 25 pounds of pickling cucumbers down there. So altogether, the produce that I bought yesterday was $109, including all the peaches and all the cucumbers for pickles. So anyways, so the peaches will be preserved, and I'll be making a video for that. I haven't decided whether or not I was going to can them this year or just put them in the freezer. And then this is one of the trays of peppers and jalapenos. And then I have another one right here. I get these baskets at Marshall's. It's just going to ding. We're just going to have to do this quickly, you guys. So these are actually mushrooms from the beginning of July that are still in here in the jar. So I need to use those up probably the next week or so. And these are cherries from the 1st of July also. So those are what were left of a huge batch that I got. This is spinach. When I washed the spinach yesterday, it was looking pretty wilty. I will be honest, I was a little nervous. And then I put it in filtered water, and I trimmed all the leaves, and it totally perked right back up. So don't be afraid. If they look a little wilty when they're drying, they will perk back up. And if you have the same problem with romaine, you can also do the same thing with the romaine. So I'm probably going to move that around so it fits better down here. But this is the fresh basil that I bought that was in that huge bag. Again, I trimmed the ends and I put it in filtered water. And then that very wilty celery that I was showing yesterday, I fixed it. It's like perfect. I can't do it one-handed. So I had put this in filtered water overnight. That splashed in my face. Overnight in the fridge, just with one end, with a cut end in filtered water, and it just sucked it all up, and it totally made it new again. And then I'm just going to do this quickly, and then I'll go back and try to look at questions. This cilantro has been hanging out in here for a while. This is from before our trip, which was June 10th when I went on that shopping trip. So this is cilantro, parsley. You can do the same exact thing. I have videos on it, but sometimes I purposely don't use stuff so you guys can see how it does. I like those in there. These are just radishes that I bought yesterday. So that was basil. These strawberries are like 2 weeks old. We had to buy them not on the shopping cycle because I had to do a video for TikTok. So anyway, so we had to buy these specially just to go do the video promotion kind of thing. So I didn't buy these yesterday. These are like 2 weeks old now. Sorry, that beeping will drive me crazy. But those are more peaches over here. Here's some onions I had chopped up. Whenever I cut up half an onion, I always cut up the rest and put it in a jar, and then it lasts for another 10 days or so. And then I noticed back here that I have some dates. This jar is way too big for these. It was full. And these are actually from February. So I need to move this to a smaller jar so it takes up less space. Back here is some monk fruit brown sugar that I made with molasses. Which is kind of cool. And then I've been kind of bad about using this, but this is actually, I can't grab it. You can preserve basil and make basil oil. So this is basil and salt and oil from last year's harvest season. So like last September. I dropped the peach back there. I'm going to grab it so I don't lose it. I need to remember to use that more. But it's still totally preserved and fine. Okay, now I have oil on my hand. You know how much I like my hands being dirty. So, in this drawer, I will cut these carrots. These carrots were washed. I will cut up most of them and put them in a glass container, and then they will stay as sticks that we can grab easily for snacks. And then I did have one zucchini that was still in here from last time. So when I washed it, it's killing off the mold spores so it doesn't go bad as quickly. And there's ginger in here also. I need to make some ginger lemon water, which is my plan. And then I have 8 corn in here. I just clipped off the top of the corn silks and left it whole. Like, resist the urge to open it up when you're at the store, and they will last so much longer. They won't start drying out. And then, just because I haven't done anything with them yet, there's cucumbers in here that I will end up slicing as soon as I go to use one, and putting the rest in a jar. So this drawer is super full right at this moment, but some of the stuff will end up in a jar, or in jars, after I get done with the peaches, probably, because the peaches are taking up so much room. And then in this drawer, the only thing new in here is the 2 mangoes that I bought. And then these avocados are a month old, and which I'll probably make some guacamole or something soon with. There's some limes in here also that are a month old, and then a whole bag of lemons, which I was going to make some lemon ginger water. So, and then if you can see down here, this is like our cheese drawer. We have some lunch meat and different kinds of cheeses that we keep. And then these I grabbed. I like having these. Our deli sells them, and they're like $3 depending on when you get them. But this is good until March of 23. So anytime between now and next March, if somebody invites me over or something, I can like whip up a charcuterie board like in a heartbeat. Like, I always have nuts, I always have dried fruit, and having a couple of these still sealed is really helpful. So just watch the dates. But I mean, really, if you can get a cheese or 2 and it lasts for months, and you can keep it in the refrigerator, that's great. People always ask me about leftovers. We don't keep a ton of leftovers. I do have some taco meat up here. We had taco salads last night, and I always put beans in it also. And then the only eggs we have in the refrigerator are ones that are hard boiled. So we have chickens, so our eggs stay in the cabinet, so not in the fridge. Anyways, that's kind of the new produce in my fridge. Some of the old stuff. This is what's going on. Oh, this is lettuce. How can I forget the lettuce? It's lettuce. So in there. But anyways, that's what's going on. I'm going to close this so it stops stinging, and then I will scroll back and see if there's any questions. Oh, that's close to me. Let's scoot that back a little bit. There we go. The cilantro at the store today looks so bad. Yeah, sometimes it does. But if you can get a good batch, you can get it to last 2 months. So somebody was asking about the produce prices. So I buy as organic as I can, as farm fresh as I can. And then during the summertime, I mostly buy at a produce stand, which is about a half an hour away from me, which is near my grandma's. So I always go and see my grandma when I go to the produce stand. But I'm only going once every 3 to 4 weeks, so it's not like I'm driving every other day to go. And then during the winter time, when we don't have the produce stands open, then I normally go to Costco for my organic berries and different things, and then supplement anything else I can at our Fred Meyer's, which is like Kroger if you're somewhere else. So, oh, somebody is from Australia, and this is the first time they're able to catch me live. It must be early there. It's right around dinner time. I kicked Mike out for a couple hours to go see Grandma so I could get my stuff done. Because sometimes you just have to do that. And it's good for Grandma. Oh, somebody asked where I got my produce. I just said that. And to share some meal recipes. I have a couple of the meal recipes on the blog, and then I'm trying to do more recipes. It's so hard for me because I do ideas and not really recipes. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you know. So I'm trying to get better about actually having a for sure recipe to write down and be able to tell you. My team always teases me because I'm like, I take a video of it and then I'm like, I don't know, that looks like a tablespoon, but it just, you measure with love. Do you have a class? I really want to learn the technique, but in the smaller size. Yes, I have a book. It's on thecrosslegacy.com. Start to beginning for each produce item. So there's like strawberries and different things that you can go and look for that particular item that you're looking for, or 50 of the items are also listed in the book. But we are working on doing a class soon to help save money on groceries. So what's the temperature of my fridge? You might have to ask me that again later when it shows up. I think it's 36 degrees. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It normally says it right there, but it's mad at me. So how do you keep your lettuce fresh without it wilting? I have a blog post, thecrosslegacy.com/washing lettuce, that has all the lettuce information on that. I wash it with a 1/4 cup of vinegar and in a large bowl for 2 minutes. If you have a salad spinner, then it helps the drying time a little bit, or a lot. It cuts the drying time in half. But I've only had a salad spinner for like the last 3 years, so you can do it without a salad spinner. And then once it is all the way dry, you put it in the fridge. I use a glass container that we have on our Amazon storefront, and when you're laying it in the container, if you make it look like an umbrella instead of a boat, then the water, as it releases from the leaf over the next couple weeks, it won't turn the inside of that spine brown. So if you try to remember to make it look like an umbrella when you put it in there. The mushrooms, they will keep in a jar with a paper towel. Yes, they keep normally around 3 weeks. I still think the best way to keep them is in a brown paper bag in your refrigerator. The second best way is to keep them in a jar with a paper towel. But I just think they look prettier in a jar, and then I want to eat them. So, but the best way to keep them the longest is in a paper bag. Anyways, I think we are going to wrap up here, but I'll give you one more sneak peek. If you're just joining, this is what my fridge looks like. And we will eat all of this produce. It will not go bad. It will not get thrown away, and it will not go to the chickens. We will eat it. So, alrighty. Have a good night. Bye.